Well, Ryan, the legend said that some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, and others make it happen. And that was from the great Michael Jordan, Ryan. It's Phil and Rye right back here on Listen Up. As Ryan, that quick, within the blink of an eye, snap of a finger, the 2023 WNBA draft is in the books. And man, oh man, I wish I could sit with you here tonight and go over every single pick, rounds 1 through 3. We can't. We just can't. But we will go over two very specific, important picks. And Ryan, that was you had it made. This was your night. If you're a Dallas Wings fan, I believe that the Dallas Wings will get an A+++ in this WNBA draft. Ryan, Lopez Senechal is selected by the Dallas Wings in the first round, 5th overall, and then Dorka Juhasz goes round 2, and Ryan, she goes to the Minnesota Lynx along with Diamond Miller, pick 16 overall for Juhász. We're going to break it down, start off with Lopez, transfer over to Dorka. Man, talk about emotions flowing high tonight. I mean, to see these ladies getting ready backstage, as I saw Diamond Miller posted on social media. She was getting her hair done, her makeup done. Such an exciting time for these young ladies. And man, to see them go from college to their respective professional teams, what a time to be alive if you're a women's basketball fan.
Yeah, and also a pretty nice venue in New York where the draft was held this year. And so, yeah, just a very special night for obviously all of the women selected, all 3 rounds. Like I said, the venue was very nice, and I kind of like how they announced all of the players that were there, obviously in that venue. And yeah, I thought it was a very good night. Obviously, very special night for each and every player that was selected. But yeah. I'm pretty happy with my Wings as the players they selected, but of course, especially Lopez Senechal. I can't wait to watch her play in Dallas this season. It's just kind of amazing when you think of Lou. Obviously, I'm so happy for. But she plays all 4 years at Fairfield, and obviously she played really good when she was there, but as soon as she comes to UConn, it's just something about when you play at UConn and some of the top schools, you really can, you're given the opportunity to kind of put your name on the map and get your name put in the spotlight and given national attention. And Lou took full control of that, and she took her opportunity and played really, really well for UConn this season. Dallas has a lot of young players, so I'm sure Lou will fit in very well in Dallas, and I'm sure she'll be able to make an impact right away with her ability to score because of her playmaking ability as well. We all know how good of a scorer Lou is. And then obviously the second Huskies selected was Dorka Juhasz, the Minnesota, with the 16th overall pick. We also all know how good Dorka is, especially inside the paint with her size, standing at 6'5", tied for the tallest player on the Lynx team, actually. But she's also very unique because of her ability to obviously step outside and shoot from the 3-point line and drill 3-pointers. So I think as well she'll be a pretty good fit for the Lynx. Probably play behind Napheesa Collier, but I'm sure Dorka can find some minutes this season if she continues to work. And I saw where Dorka said after she was drafted, she's excited to learn from Napheesa. So it's great to hear that both Lou and Dorka are ready to work and learn with their new teams. Obviously, we'll be definitely watching them throughout the season and the W, and of course, also recapping the New York Liberty game. So it should be a really, really exciting season in the W, and I can't wait to watch all these new players that were selected. Of course, Aaliyah Boston goes first, and no one's surprised. And then, of course, your girl Diamond Miller goes second overall.
Yeah, not to mention congratulations to Diamond Miller very quickly, and then Abby Myers, because Abby Myers, Ryan, I don't know if you saw that or not. She also goes to where
Dallas,
else? Yeah. To Dallas. So with that said, again, the Wings, in my opinion, they get an A+ in this WNBA draft. And of course, I think they sit at the top as big winners. But let's go and put the focus, why don't you, on Lou Lopez Senechal. And again, we will leave the predictions for the end of this video. We will go over some comments from the last video that we put out about the new UConn Huskies recruit Morgan Shelley. Let's go and start with Lou Lopez Senechal, since she was selected in the first round. And hats off to Charlie Cream and Alexa. Thank you for providing us with the feedback for these two players and providing everybody with great pre-draft analysis and post-draft analysis, just like they always do. So thank you for covering women's basketball. So Ryan, they say good shooters aren't a dime a dozen, but the Fairfield turned UConn standout is one of them. It goes on to say she had upped her efficiency against better competition, 44% accuracy on 4.7 3-point attempts per game. And then it goes on to say the post-draft analysis in her one season with the Huskies, Lou Lopez Senechal turned herself into a lottery pick with talents that weren't as evident in her 4 seasons at Fairfield with Segrist. And now Lopez Senechal, who shot 44% from 3-point range this season in the fold. The Wings have added the shooters they desperately needed. So, Ryan, with you being a Dallas Wings fan, with all that put aside just for a second, what do you, because Dallas has a lot. I mean, they've been on the rise here for a while. I mean, you saw them make they made the playoffs last year, I believe. So again, with now you're adding Lou Lopez Senechal with a lot, in my opinion, a lot of other elite shooters in this basketball league. I mean, you talk about Diamond DeShields. We want to talk about Ashley Jones, and of course the leader, right? And your favorite, arguably your favorite player on this team, Arike Ogunbowale. So with that said, man, I mean, and again, Maddie Segrist. I mean, it is stacked. So, but focusing on Lou Lopez Senechal, what does she bring to this team specifically? How much playing time does she get? How much impact does she get? And then we'll save the best for last as far as who will have the bigger impact in this league, Lopez Senechal or Dorka Juhasz. But just focus on Lou Lopez Senechal. What does she bring to the table when you look at your Dallas Wings roster?
Well, I mean, obviously, I think in this draft for Dallas, they were obviously looking for shooters and players that could just shoot the lights out in general, that had great offensive talent. And definitely they found that in Lou Lopez Senechal right off the bat. Obviously, like you mentioned, also drafting Ashley Jones, Maddie Segrist, Abby Myers. So Dallas's top priority was definitely finding guards that could shoot the ball at a high rate. So, but like I said, I mean, I think for Lou, she'll be able to make an impact quite quickly on. I mean, I think Dallas needs a shooting guard, and even in the starting lineup, we're definitely bringing Lou off the bench. Of course, like you mentioned, they do also have Arike and Diamond DeShields, and a couple post players as well. But I think for Lou, I think she'll fit right in pretty well with the rest of the guards on this team. And Dallas definitely needs that shooting, that offense in their starting lineup, or like I said, even off the bench. But I think if Lou continues to work on her shot and her scoring, if she can get better than what she already is already, I think she'll make a great impact on this team. And I'm sure she'll be able to find a good deal of minutes this season for the Wings.
Switching topics to Dorka Juhasz. I know we saw a lot, in my opinion. Yes, she did very well. She upped her draft class. But in my opinion, she could, and this is actually a good compliment. In my opinion, she could have done even a lot better than she did her senior year at UConn. With that said, hopefully for Minnesota's sake, that she will really break out for them when they need it the most, because they have a lot of star players on the rise. And I believe this is a team to watch too, obviously, with Diamond Miller going there. Dorka Juhasz, Ryan, post-draft analysis. Thank you again, Charlie Cream. The move from Ohio State to UConn helped Juhász find different parts of her game that led to her getting drafted here. Developing a perimeter game is Juhasz's best chance of sticking with a deep link roster. As a pick and pop 4 or 5 who can also produce as a rebounder, Juhász could serve as a backup to Napheesa Collier. So again, I just think obviously we saw the wrist fracture, the broken wrist, right, during her career and her time at UConn. I think that, Ryan, that this is a player, if you ask me, and I know a lot of UConn fans will, without a doubt, probably agree with me. I believe, Ryan, that Dorka Juhasz could have and should have been taken first round. And again, it's already said and done. I understand that. And I'm not a big fan, Ryan, especially when it comes to the NFL draft, on where players are selected, not when, but where, as far as on the draft board. But again, that's just my opinion. And the reason I bring that up, I think, again, I said it back before this season started in UConn. I'll say it again. I think we have not seen the best of Dorka Juhasz yet.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you on that. And I think in terms of when a player gets selected or what round, I don't think it matters too much. I mean, like we said before, as long as you get given the opportunity to get your name called and get selected into the league, that's really all you need. And there only is 3 rounds in the WNBA, of course. So, not a lot of teams either. So, there's not a lot of players that get the chance to even make it into the league, let alone get drafted. So, but Dorka Juhasz gets a chance with Minnesota. Like I said, probably playing behind Napheesa Collier, also Jessica Shepard as well, and of course Sylvia Fowles. So Minnesota definitely has a good deal of depth in terms of centers and forwards, but I think, like you said, with her post-draft analysis, and like I said, what makes her unique is, of course, her outside shot, and her coming from Ohio State to UConn. We quickly found out that that's what makes her really unique as a 6'5" center forward in the paint. Not only her scoring, grabbing rebounds, of course, she's a pretty good blocker as well. But just her ability to shoot that perimeter shot is really what's going to make her stand out in the league as a pretty good player. So, I think it's kind of going to be the same thing maybe as Lou, as it will be with Dorka this season, coming off the bench maybe. But I still think Dorka should be able to find some minutes, and she definitely is going to have some pretty good mentors to learn from in Minnesota. So I think, this will be kind of a learning season, a lot of learning to do for Dorka Juhasz, but I think she can grow into a pretty special player in this league.
All right, very well said. Again, congratulations to all of these women for making the WNBA, being drafted tonight. And I believe all of these women will make a big impact. Every single one taking rounds 1 through 3. With that said, Ryan, let's go ahead and jump over to some comments. We appreciate you guys for coming through on the UConn Huskies Land 2024 recruit Morgan Shelley video. Ryan, remind me again. Chelly,
yeah. Morgan Shelley, yeah.
I'm going to have to remember that, because give me a break, guys, because she has not actually stepped onto the UConn floor yet. So I know once she does, we definitely cannot butcher any names, Ryan. That is a rule. Okay. That's a rule. Now, make sure, Ryan, that you correct me on that. So Morgan Shelley, thank you guys for coming through. Here goes the question that we had in mind for a while. And here we go. Nick Hamill Porter goes, do you guys plan on attending any UConn games next season? It's funny, Ryan, we just talked about that, and there is a reason behind it. Ryan, it's a strong chance that you and I may be traveling up for that Maryland game. I believe that Maryland has to travel to UConn next season.
Yeah. I believe that the UConn did play Maryland in UConn, or it was in Maryland this season, of course. So there will be traveling to UConn. Maryland's going to travel to UConn. So yeah, that should be pretty fun. So hopefully we can make it up for that one. I think we said we were going to try to go to the one in Maryland, and of course we weren't able to make it to that one. So hopefully everything works out so we can make it to either Gamble or Stores, wherever UConn's playing. So that's going to be really fun. But yeah, I think we're going to try to make it to at least one every single year. But that should be really fun, and hopefully we can see some of you guys down there, meet some of you guys, and of course watch a great game. So that'll definitely be pretty fun.
Yes, we love you guys. We appreciate all of your support. How about SVPST goes, I think people are thinking Paige is going to come back like she never left. She has only played a very few high level games in 2 full years now. Ryan, this is interesting. Skills erode when sitting unused. I hope she comes back full out, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be
Hmm.
interesting, and I'm sure we're going to talk about it a whole lot during the off season, and of course, not to mention the season in review that's coming up with Maria. So maybe we'll talk about it in that as well. A little sneak peek
Yes.
of another video coming up. Very, very excited to bring Maria back on. But yeah, I'm sure that's going to be a very hot topic for us this off season is Paige Bueckers, and of course Ice Brady as well, and the other players coming in, but. I think for Paige, obviously, I'm sure she's been working, when she got healthy enough to be able to start shooting and playing in some contact drills, maybe, hopefully this all season. And hopefully she's just 100% ready to go when the season does start. And hopefully she's able to practice some. And like I said, get some contact drills in, some scrimmage games, and hopefully I'm sure she didn't just lose all of her skills and won't be able to play at all. I'm sure she's still got that winning mentality, and all the the shot making skills, and her just unique way of playing that we saw in the 2 years that she was healthy. But yeah, I'm really confident Paige will come back healthy this season, and I know we can't wait to watch her again this season.
All right, Ryan. Sleep tight, sleep fast. Well, don't sleep too fast. And I appreciate you recapping this 2023 WNBA draft on Listen Up. Congratulations specifically to Dorka Juhasz and Lopez Senechal. What a story for both of them, as we cannot wait to see what the future holds in the W. Ryan, April. I'm marking April already. Sweet April showers do in fact bring May flowers. It's Phil and Rye on Listen Up.